So we're using the balls today because I know they're a firm favourite with lots of people, and they can also be used to make the exercise much harder or much easier. So it's completely up to you. There's options. And then I know there's one guy whose ball has burst, so I will also tell you what you can do without. But most of my clients will know what I'm talking about anyway, and it is primarily for my regular clients, so we can keep going through this dreadful lockdown and hopefully come out the other side not quite as blobby. Remember please that it's your body, you've only got one of them, so you do need to look after it, and don't do any exercises with me unless you have been told you are safe to exercise. And I can't see you, so I can't possibly know how you're doing or correct you at all. So it really is down to you to look after yourself during my sessions. Okay, we're going to start setting up the body as we always do, because remember, good posture is all about getting rid of all those niggles and aches and pains. So good posture can save the day. Now, you know I had a bad back, and I can honestly say the last couple of days I haven't done anything. I don't know how I'm going to get on today. Well, I'll let you know. But I'm going to be doing the easy version, and then if I feel my back's okay, I will go up to it. But I haven't had any pain during the day at all. It's just in bed. Oh my God, turning over and just so painful. So obviously I just don't need to go to bed. Right, so let's set up anyway. So you start with your feet together, turn your toes out 10 to 2, lift your heels behind, and look at that, your knees and toes are in line with the hips. I know a lot of my clients' toes start doing this. We have to keep bringing them back. Oh, you've got a message. I can't find you. Oh no. Okay, let me answer that if I can. The light's bright. Okay, that light's very bright. Okay, now we need to lengthen the neck. Now if you watch my neck, lengthening. Oh, blinky neck, it's all going a bit wrong today. It's been like that all day actually, may I say. Alright, try again. Here we are again. So you want to lengthen your neck. You want to take your shoulders down and back. And this is like a little bit uncomfortable, so you just knock it off, give it a shake, but keep the shoulders down and back as though you're wearing a rucksack. Now you want to get a neutral spine. Easiest way, put your hands on your hips and stick your bum out. Same as if you were standing up. Now pelvic tilt. Now I really don't like pelvic tilt with my back. And stick your bum out. So I'm doing a tiny pelvic tilt, but this is actually very nice, like scratching an itch. And keep that movement going, because it's really, really nice for you. Now make that movement smaller and smaller and smaller until you're just rocking in the middle, and then stop in the middle. So you still have a tiny arch here, you still have a bit of a lump here, and you have a nice small arch here. So now you want to lift your pelvic floor. While you're on the ball, it's really easy to feel your pelvic floor. It's practically touching it, for goodness sake. So now you're there, trying to lift your pelvic floor as high as you can and lower it back down. And lift it as high as you can again. Inside, it's an internal muscle. And it is a muscle, so if it starts playing you up, as in you accidentally have a little bit of wee when you sneeze or cough or run or jump, then it's your pelvic floor muscle that's letting you down. And I can talk to you about that all day because it's a bit of my specialist field. Now you want to engage your core. Put your hands on your belly, bind your belly button, and cough. And as you cough, bring it in. And that's it. Okay, you're breathing for Pilates, very different to yoga, but in Pilates we breathe in through the nose for 4 and out through the nose, out through the mouth for 4. So in for 4, out for 4. Okay, and that's you set up. So let's start by mobilising everything, just like we do. Come a bit nearer for this, just like we do when we're doing our, no, the light's too bright. Ooh, back off. Just like we do when we're standing up, you exhale, turn to one side, inhale, back. Exhale off to the other side. This is the kind of exercise you can do while you're waiting for the phone, while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. You only need to do 3 or 4 each side of all of these mobilisations, but do them frequently. Okay, now we're going to go looking up to the ceiling and chin to chest. Now nothing else moves. Up to the ceiling and chin to chest. Up to the ceiling, chin to chest on the breath. Okay, draw a circle with your nose. While you're doing this, the ball shouldn't be moving or fighting you at all, because actually you're not moving your weight distribution anywhere, so the ball should be quite stable. Okay, let's go to the shoulders. Small circles. If you remember, you have to do a small of everything first. Check it's working, check it doesn't hurt, and if that's the case, then you can go as big as you like. The whole thing about my Pilates is, yes, I've got my gym kit on because I'm instructing you today, but I do lots of videos, don't I, where I am actually literally in my work clothes. Quick stretch here and there or something like that, change direction. And it's just to say anything is better than nothing. And if you've only got 5 minutes, you don't have to go upstairs and get changed into your fitness gear. You don't have to go outside. This ball was £6. I've had it for years and years and years. Now bring the whole arm in, so small circle first, and make it as big as you can without any pain. So you don't have to have lots of equipment. You don't have to go to a gym. The hardest thing is getting going, isn't it? Like starting. So just do it. Just do it. And if you promise yourself you do 5 minutes or one exercise, then generally everybody tends to do a little bit more. And change direction. So notice when I'm doing this, nothing else is moving. So my back isn't moving, just my shoulders. Proprioception is knowing where your body bits are in relation to your other body bits. And so proprioception here is knowing that all I'm moving are my arms and my lips, nothing else. Okay, let's go out to the side. Now we want to be shoulder height, proprioception again. So here isn't shoulder height, here is short and long. Good old Barbara Windsor. I must increase my bust. Keep going. And diagonal. So we're all excited for next Wednesday. Okay, now this is the next exercise, is down to the hips, and this is where the ball is actually going to be moving. Start very small if you're not used to it, just to get used to this ball moving all around. It does appear that I will be able to teach my Pilates classes as normal, just waiting for confirmation from UK Coaching, but because in Pilates you're on your own mat that you've provided, not me, and we are 2 meters apart. It does appear that we can carry on. So I'm just waiting for confirmation. And the other way. So our Sunday morning classes at Lunge should be back on as well. So while you're doing this, you should have your core still engaged and your pelvic floor still lifted and your shoulders not creeping up, staying down and back. Brilliant. Now just rock forward and backwards. Straightening the legs, watching you don't slip. Brilliant. Now let's just lift onto one tiptoe and then the other tiptoe and marching. So shoulders still down and back, neck still lengthened. Right, now we're going to lift the whole leg up and then the other one. Now this is tricky. So this is where it starts to get a bit difficult. So let's make it a bit worse. We're going to pick one leg up, take it out to the side, bring it back. Very wobbly indeed. So what we're doing is just mobilising the hips. That was rubbish. There we go. Lovely job. Now we're just going to stretch the hamstrings and the bum. Make sure you've got your feet on the mat. So you're stretching the legs. Now instead of having a rounded back, stick your bum out and you'll feel a nice stretch down the back of the legs into the bum. Brilliant, one more. And then we're going to just do some side bends just to warm the sides up because we'll be using those. There you go. Gently, gently. Okay, now we're warmed up. So we're going to do quite a high, powerful move now with the ball. And what we're doing, if you haven't got the ball, we're going to be doing leg lifts. Okay, so like marching from the side, it's like this. Except if you've got the ball, we're going to use it. Okay. Oh, I've got a message. Somebody else can't see me. Can't find you live tonight. Oh no. This is a disaster. Okay, so have the ball above your head, and then as you lift one leg, bring the ball to meet it and bring it back. Slowly is the name of the game. So if you're doing it like this, you're not having to balance, so it's cheating. So bring it down and take it up under control with precision. And try not to fall over. Okay, now we're going to make this a tiny bit more difficult. We're going to lunge now. So we start taking it a little bit towards the front of the mat. We're going to lunge back and take the ball up and bring it back up. Now I'm going to do them all on the same leg just to make it a little bit tougher. But if you want to, you can alternate legs each time. Keep that breath rate going. Okay, and I tell you what, if you want to make it a bit more difficult, progress it, you could even go to here. How about that? And one more. Change sides. So we lunge back and kick forward. All under control. Keeping the core engaged, pelvic floor lifted. Arms are starting to ache a little bit. Notice the lunge, I'm still upright. So I'm not leaning forward at all, I'm still upright. 2 more. 1 more. Brilliant. Well done. Shake the arms off. Okay, we're going to do a side one now. Working the side, which brings the core and the back in. Simply, hand on the ball, lean on the ball, watch it doesn't move. Lean over, lean over, lean over, lean over. And while you're here, flex the foot. So pointy foot is lovely, but this is flex foot. Smile. So as long as you've got your foot facing the front rather than the side, up to the ceiling, you're using specifically these side muscles, side of the leg into the hip. And we don't use these very much in the day. And you'll notice when you're getting in and out of your car, that's what you carry on. When you get in and out of your car, you go like that and think, oh, I shouldn't have done that. So this is all about mobilizing the hips and using these nice side leg muscles. Now let's pulse. So we're going to stay there and pulse. 1, 3, 4. And some slow ones again. And I'm going to do some more pulses. 10 more. 1, 2, 3. Oops, fell over. 9, 10, and down. So let's just do this to stretch that off. So you can feel it in your bum, feel it down the side of your leg. Okay, of course let's do the other side. Okay, off we go. Remember your foot is flexed, not pointed, and toes facing the front. And if you want to see it from the side on, I haven't got my bum stuck out, I'm in a nice straight line. Okay, let's pulse at the top. And slow ones again. So I have 2 messages now, people can't find me. And some pulses. Oh, well done. That's killer. Especially since I haven't done anything for weeks. Okay. So we can do good old crunches now. Good old crunches from the side look like this. Now then, the crunch isn't about how much movement you can do. It's about keeping it switched on the whole time. So in other words, instead of coming to here, resting and relaxing all your core, keep it switched on and only come to here. And then roll down. This is why it's good for bad backs, because I roll down. If you look, the ball's moving and it's supporting my back. And roll back up, but don't relax. And roll down to here or here. You don't need to do all this and relax. You've gone out, you've switched off now. So you need to keep it switched on. So you go to here and up. Now if that's too easy, which it will be for some of my guys, take the weight of your hands from here to here or here. Keep the core switched on the whole time. Don't relax it at all. Because otherwise you'll end up like having to do about 100 of them or something. And you also have to be careful you don't slip, so you don't want socks on. You don't want to be on a slippy floor. How are you doing? Rest when you need to. So if you hadn't got the ball, you'd be on the floor doing pretty much the same thing. But you have your legs out in front of you. Rest when you need to. Oh, another message. Somebody else can't find me. Oh, heck. Alright, I'm just going to do perhaps 10 more. Alright, I need to relax now. Wow, that's good. Right, so to relax, roll the ball forward and just hang over the ball. Have your arms out here for security. When you feel happy, you can take your arms above your head if you want to. And deep breath. So I'm stretching out all those core muscles that I've just been using. And then to come out of it, bring your chin up first. Roll the ball back. And you're out of it. Alright. We'll do some lying on the floor now. So, the first one we're going to do, I'm going to put the ball here just to show you first. Palm to palm, arms up to the ceiling. Now you want to make sure you've got your neutral spine. So in other words, I've got an arch back now, I can put my hand under it. And then this is when I squash my spine to the floor. So I just want to be slightly off that. Another way of looking at it was if you make a diamond with your hands and put them with your fingertips on your pubic bone and your thumbs on your belly button. Now if I go like this, pelvic tilting, my hands are not parallel with the ceiling. And if I arch my back, they're not. So you need to be halfway in between. So this area is parallel with the ceiling. Without the ball, we're going to inhale, and as you exhale, take the ball over the back. As long as this doesn't lift not even a millimetre off the floor. And then bring it all the way back. And that's the movement we're doing with the ball. Okay. And because you've got the ball in your hands, you have to squeeze your arms towards each other, otherwise you'll drop the ball on your face. So you're using just a few more muscles. Squeezing the ball, notice how my spine isn't lifting at all. Pelvic floor engaged. Right, now I know a lot of you, this is too easy. There's a progression you can do. Bring one leg to tabletop. That's the next progression. Obviously you must do the same on both sides. But again, most of you will be here. And then there's another progression, but I'm not going to do it because of my back, which is where you would have your legs here. And you would go like this. But I'm not doing that because, as you know, I'm recovering from an injury, so I know that this is my limit. And if I go up to my limit, not into pain, I will be repairing and strengthening. And by the way, if your knee is this close to your chest, you're cheating. You need your knee directly above your hip or slightly far side. Otherwise, cheat. So I'm going to bring something else in as well, because I like to. I'm actually going to swivel my ankles, so they're getting a little bit of work as well. If you need a rest, come down, reset, start again. One leg, other leg, off you go. probably going to do 10 more. How you feeling? Sorry about the noise my ball makes. Some child thought it was a great idea to put dry rice in it when they were little. Okay, last one. And the antidote and the brilliant stretch after this is a full body stretch. Hope you're still okay, still with me. Alright, the next exercise is all about the bum and the hamstrings. So, put the ball behind your knees. Make sure you've got your neutral spine and your shoulders are down and back and your hands are on the floor. If you want to work your bingo wings, then you can bring those into the equation by pressing down on the floor to help you. So you inhale. As you exhale, you press your hands down, take your bum off the floor, go as high as you can until you're in a nice straight line between your feet, knees, hips and shoulders. And then lower back down. And up you go again. If you want to work your bingo wings, press down. If you want to progress that a little bit, you can stay here. And your bum isn't going up and down, but you're squeezing, 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 and keep going. And of course, the further away the ball is from your bum, the harder it is. So you could be here, squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. And then come down when you need a little bit of rest, and build back up again. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And down, I'm going up again. Remember, if you need to, bring the ball back here. But otherwise, leave it out there. Physics, the longer the lever, the harder it is, the heavier it is. So I'm going to stay here and squeeze, 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 squeeze. Feel the hamstrings working. If you get cramp in the hamstring, you need to get your foot flexed as quickly as you can and really stretch it out. And you might even need to go up here to stretch your hamstring out. And I'm going to do one more the same. And down. The antidote stretch. Bring one knee into your chest, other knee into your chest, roll around on your spine. Okie doke. Let's do a bit of dead bug. So, dead bug. Arms are up to the ceiling, knees are up to tabletop. Always take one knee at a time to tabletop. So now what I'm going to be doing now is pushing with my hand and pushing with my knee, but I'm going to release the opposite side. So you have to have a little think about this because it is a bit of a brain teaser. So I'm going to take this hand down first, therefore this leg. Dead bug. And you have to press with the hand and the knee, so you're using the core on this side and the core on the other side. And again, if you have flexed feet, not pointy feet, but flexed feet, then every time you go down, you're getting a teeny weeny stretch all down the back of the leg, which is really good for you. Keeping that belly button to spine the whole time. If your back starts to lift off the floor, stop, regroup, because it's not actually doing you any good. When you need to rest, hug your knees into your chest and roll around on your spine. Start to tire now. So the cat and dog aren't with me because the fire's on in there, the log burner, and they're both stretched out in front. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more. And then I'm done. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll around on your spine. Okay, so it's a similar move now. Again, proprioception required. But I'm now got my legs in the air, my hands in the air. So now I'm going to press with this hand and let this one out. And come back and swap. Again, you see, proprioception. Keep the foot flexed here like this. So what happens here, when I'm using this inner thigh and these inner arm muscles and chest, and then as I swap, I use the other side. So I'm going to do a few more each side, let's say 5 more each side. Still got your back squeezed down towards the floor. Feeling it in my thighs now. Okay, brilliant. Oh. Hugging your knees into your chest, rolling around on your spine. Oh. So we do some more now upright, as in above the ball rather than underneath it. So this is where we're likely to have little tumbles, so get used to the ball. Just roll around on it. Roll around. Anytime you need a rest during any of these exercises, just hang over the ball because it's a really nice counter stretch for your spine. But let's just get used to the ball. The fact that it does now move a lot, has a bit of a mind of its own. Right. So the first exercise we're going to do is press ups. And this is a classic example of when I said that the ball can be used to make exercises easier or to make them harder. So I am quite good at press-ups, I'm quite strong in the shoulder. So normally I would have the ball a long way away from my feet. But because I've got this dodgy back, I'm not going to risk hurting my back. So I'm now going to have the ball under my thighs. If that's still too much, you can have the ball under your hips. So, you have your legs in a straight line, your neck is lengthened, hands are wide but still on the mat, and you dip down. Now, I see a lot of people dipping down here, trying to put their nose by their hands. What you actually need to do is keep the nose going up and down in a straight line. So in other words, the ball isn't moving, the upper body is. So if you notice, I'm a bit of a seesaw. So my legs are going up as my head goes down. Okay, so you can move it if you want to be here. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but some of you will be doing your press-ups here. I'm not even going to try it yet. So I'm going to make my back better before I do anything silly. So I will do mine here. Imagine you're trying to get your chin to the floor, not the top of your head. And make sure you keep that belly button to spine. And again, like at the gym, you see people doing their press-ups like this. No, 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 no. We go down slowly and up slowly. It is tough, isn't it? But you can make it easier by going a bit further back. But I'm doing my exercise for my body, and this at the moment is perfect. And I'm very pleased I can do it, actually. I'm telling you, a week ago, not a chance. In fact, 4 days ago, not a chance. So I'm going to have a little rest, and then I'm going to come back and do another set. Okay, so I'm going to do a few more. Take the ball a bit further down now. Okay, that's enough for me. I know my limits now. So have a dangle over the ball. Shake the arms off, then rest. Okay, this is a perfect time to do one for your back. So, this is a strengthener for your back. Straighten your legs, have them a little bit wider, have your hands by the floor for security. Inhale. As you inhale, engage your core, as in belly button to spine, and you feel the ball move under you. And then lift a little and down a little. Lift a little, down. So if you are able to hook your feet under anything, you can work a little bit harder. But I remember trying to get my back healthy and strong again, so I'm not going to be working it in a silly manner. The other thing, remember with the crunches, I said if you go all the way down, you're just resting here. Don't rest, keep it switched on the whole time. So don't go quite all the way down. The work is done here. And if it's too easy, bring the weight of the arms forward towards the head. That's exactly the same as you do with the crunches. You can even do it here if you want to. Keeping the core engaged. And I'm just going to have a quick rest. And then I'm going to do another set. Remember it's your workout, your body. I can't feel what you can feel. So for me and my bad back, that is quite a workout, so I'm going to have a good old rest. So just so you know, my heart rate's over 90, and already I have burnt 182 calories. Anybody else feel their heart rate in their belly? You can feel it. So your arms have had a nice rest. Good job, because we're going to use them now. So we're going to do plank. Right, now I know most of you will be doing plank on your elbows. So make sure your hands don't slip. I've done that quite a few times. So you've got your elbows planted on the ball, hands on the ball. So it looks like this. Like this. And then you take one leg out and then the other leg out. Now, because of my back, I'm not going to try, but the other plank is up here. Okay, so I'm not going to risk trying that with both legs together, of course. But I wouldn't be silly and try that now until my back's completely better. Now, some of you rest on the ball here. That's fine, but when you can, when you're strong enough, you need to lift yourself up. And moving the ball makes the whole thing harder, but I'm not going to do that either. Bum stuck in the air is not plank. Down here is. Shoulders down and back. When you need to rest here. Come back into it. Breathe, belly button to spine, pelvic floor lifted. Have a rest. Hard work, isn't it? And back we go. What's horrible is how quickly you can become unfit, especially when you're my age. Your muscles just shrink at a phenomenal rate when you're my age. It's unbelievable. All you young things, it's fine. Atrophy, it's called. Muscle wastage. So I've had nearly 2.5 weeks off. Very little exercise. Well, in fact, no exercise for 2 weeks. Nothing. And then, so I've had half a week where I haven't gone back to my skipping yet, but I've gone back to doing a lot of Pilates. And, don't I know it? Blimey, I've gone all blobby and it's horrible. Anyway, next exercise. What are we going to do next? Here we go. We'll do another bridge one for the bum and the backs of the legs. So start sitting on the ball. Now we need to sit on the ball and roll the ball forward. So you want the ball underneath your shoulders. Here. And my head's relaxing, so my neck's relaxing. Now here, there's no effort. Here is where the effort is, so squeeze your bum. And then the exercise we're going to try is dropping the ball right down, almost to the floor. Watch the ball doesn't scoot out from behind you. And then all the way back up. All the way down. Nice and slow, under control. I'm not going to the floor and relaxing. I'm working between here and here. All the time. Belly button to spine, belly button to spine. And if you want to, you can pulse at the top. Pulse, pulse, pulse. And pulse. And keep breathing. And so you're massively using your thighs, your hamstring, your bum and your back and your core, but the upper body really is getting quite a rest. That's fine. rest when you need to, don't forget. So all my clients have all got their own mats and their own balls. So they'll be doing that now, this now. But I will be putting it on my YouTube channel, which is mainly Pilates on YouTube. And you'll be able to catch up with it there. Do it as many times as you want to. Feeling the inner thighs working now? Ouchie, ouchie. I'm going to do 2 more. And this is going to be the last one. Oh, that's good. Right, I'm going to sit down. What I need to do now is stretch my inner thighs. So I'm just going to bounce, bounce, bounce. God, I've stiffened up as well, I've just realised. Gosh, all that can happen in 2 weeks. Oh, it's better. It feels better already. Okay, so the next exercise is in the same position as we've just been in, but it's about a body twist. And you must start really small, just to check, 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 and then if it's okay, then you go a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. So I'm going to show you from my head end, first of all. So you're in exactly the same position, which is with your shoulders on the ball. Now we take the arms up to the ceiling, clasp your wrists together, and let the ball go one way and your body go the other. Okay. Keeping the hips up is the hard bit, but that's what you need to do. So now you've decided how far you can go, you can really make a big movement of it. And I need to show you side. Keep going. So side on. Here. Right, so here's a bit too easy. Here is really making it tough. And swinging the arms side to side. Under control, hips up, belly button to spine, pelvic floor lifted. So much to think about. So this is one I'm going very gently on again, because I haven't done anything like this for 2.5 weeks, probably 3. Rest when you need to by sitting on the floor. Okay, I'm going to do, say, 5 more each side. Lost count. Okay, let's do 1 more each side. Lovely. Okie dokie. Well done. And have a little rest and a breather. And you'll be pleased to know it's just stretches now. And the ball is really good for helping you stretch. So we're going to do hamstrings first. Now, hamstrings. To stretch the hamstrings, stick one leg up on the ball. Right, so my knee is slightly bent and I'm leaning back. And I have absolutely no stretch in my hamstring. As soon as I flex my foot and straighten my leg, I've already got a little bit of a tiny one, but I have got quite good hamstrings. So there's a tiny stretch. To make that stretch, so what you've got to do, you've got to go up to mild tension. You don't go into pain, and if your leg starts to shake at all, you've gone too far. If you force it, your body will fight you back. So to turn my stretch, my non-stretch, into a stretch, all I have to do is straighten my back, and as though I'm trying to put an arch in my back. Shoulders down back. Now I've got a beautiful stretch there that's not hurting me. It's mild tension. I can just feel it. And I'm going to stay there. And I'm going to take lots of breaths. And eventually you just feel like, oh, I can go a little bit further. As soon as I round my back, I lose the stretch. So you've got to keep the stretch switched on. Everybody okay? And relax. And I'll do the same with the side. So, got my leg relaxed, my knee bent, and my back rounded. Zero stretch. Flex my foot, straighten my knee. Oh, I've already got a bit of a stretch already on that side. And sit up tall, mild tension. Just feel it relax a little bit, so just go a bit better. Now I've got to be honest with you. Most of you men will not be here. Most of you men will be about here. I don't know what it is with you guys, but you don't work on your flexibility like the girls do. In fact, when I do see somebody that's quite bendy, I'm thinking, wow, let me talk to him. He's very, very bendy. And relax out. Next stretch. So we're going to do lots of things at once here. So we're going to do a child pose type of thing, but we're going to have wide knees and toes together. And then the ball is in front. And then what you need to do now is see from behind, that side on. So what happens now? No stretch, no stretch, no stretch. So as soon as I push the ball away from me, I'm starting to get a stretch in my shoulders. And now I try and sit my bum down, and I get a stretch on my inner thighs, in my back, in my bum, and my shoulders now. So I've got everything going on. So it's a really, really good stretch. And if you're only here, it doesn't matter, because it's your stretch. And relax into it, honestly. Relax. Now take the ball slightly over to one side, which means my other side is getting more of a stretch now. And back to the middle, and up to the other side. So if you have any questions, you can message me here, you can message me on my Mainly Pilates page, you can message me on Instagram, back to the middle, bringing the ball in. I'm going to stretch the sides now, so I'm just going to kneel next to my ball, relax over, and I'm also going to stretch up like this. So just getting a nice stretch all down that side. Your bum's not stuck out in a penknife shape, but in a nice straight line. Yeah, so message me, and next week I'm going to ask my gang if we can do live for you guys, but you'll only be looking at me. I'll have the camera pointing at me so they can stay anonymous, like we did when we were in the garden. But I will ask first how they feel about that. So that's going to be quite exciting. And if, of course, we're not allowed to do our Pilates anyway, then we'll carry on doing this. So if you have any special requests, and if you have any injuries you want addressing, if you want to come and see me privately one-to-one, you're very welcome. Again, message me and we'll book an appointment. Now stretch your back, just kneel in front of the ball and relax over it. Nice, isn't it? Right, well listen, I hope you're all okay. Thank you very much for joining me. Please go to my YouTube channel, have a look. I've got loads more videos on there, so you could do a different workout every day if you wanted to. If you give me a thumbs up or a comment, that'd be really lovely. And remember, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, which is free of charge, don't have to pay. And I need lots of subscribers, please. Pass it on, spread the word. Thank you very much, and I will see you somewhere next week. Thank you. Bye.